Listen, if you have that one thing in life or multiple things in life that you regret that hold you back, stop you from being happy and overall give you a negative emotion, I want you to have some hope because I will teach you 2 major lessons that give you an overall new perspective and a new solution to what you regret in life. These 2 things helped me in a major way because everything I once regretted, I now appreciate. All the regrets that held me back in life and stopped me from being happy and made me feel some kind of way, I now am happy about the same things. So stay tuned because everything that was once holding you back and bringing you down will now become something positive in your life. So hey, what's up YouTube? It's GXLD Ty here, aka Taekwon Golden or Ty, whatever you want to say. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to deal with regret. Like I said, there are 2 major lessons to learn, and these major lessons will begin to help you conquer regret and become a stronger person. So let's get into the first major lesson, which is change the narrative.
You know what I'm saying? I think that they, I think they should change the narrative, though.
So you want to change the narrative by realizing that regret can be good. Use your mistakes or whatever you regret in the past to really build you up and learn from what you did that you didn't like. You have to accept the fact that no one is perfect and what you did does not make you a bad person. First of all, if you already regret what you did and are trying to learn how to deal with this regret, that shows me that you care. Somebody who doesn't care is not regretting what they did. They just did it and they just moving on. So for the first fact that you care enough to regret it and feel bad about what you did or, feel some kind of way about what you did, that already shows what kind of person you are. It shows that you're trying to grow and you're trying to better yourself. I respect that. The last thing I'm going to finish up with this is forgive, but don't forget so that it doesn't happen again. Accept that what you did is in the past. Stop bringing past emotions into the present because then this will begin to affect your future. So the longer you hold on to what you did in the past and the longer you let that bring you down is the longer it will bring your energy down. And like I said before, regret can be good. That mistake that you made or that thing that you're not so proud of, start to analyze that. Start to analyze why. You know what I mean? It might be something that you did or did not do and you realize, dang, I should have did that or dang, I should not have done that. Regardless of whatever the case may be, you can start to realize that in this process, you can change your future. You can't change the past, but you can change your future. So the longer you hold on to the past, the longer you're slowing your future down. Be like time. Time never stops. Every second that's ticking is a second that goes by constantly. Time does not get stuck on 3:30 p.m. and no. Time is always moving. There's 24 hours in a day and there will always be 24 hours in a day. So we need to start to move like time and stop pausing our lives for something that happened in the past. No, keep moving, keep pushing, keep growing. So now that you change the narrative and now that you start to look at what you did differently, next thing that you want to do is realize that learning leads to growth. This is the second major lesson that I will talk about. So what that you can't change the past? You can change the future. If you keep constantly holding on to this regret, you're using it in a negative way. Learn from it. Learn from that regret. Look at what you did and what you regret and why. Think about the situation. Don't use it to bring you down. Use that situation to push you up. Like I said, if you cannot change the past, you cannot go back and change what you did. Don't look at it as a bad thing, though. Just look at it and say, all right, I did what I did. I wasn't proud of it. I wasn't happy about it. But what will I do in the future? I don't care how old you are. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50, 60. You got life ahead of you. You can change your future. You can change your life. Start to realize that there is no benefit in letting something in the past stop you from being the better you. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of everything that you did because realize that you would not be the person you are today without it. Like I said, we all deal with regret and we all have these things in our life that we aren't too proud of, that we look back on, that we let bring us down. But even in my case, some of the things that I've regretted in the past had to do with my behavior and how I performed in school, disrespected some people, handled situations. It's just a lot of stuff that I've regretted in the past, but now I have no regrets. And the only way that I got no regrets is that I realized that what happens, happens. I use that to say, if I didn't like how it happened or I didn't like what happened, why didn't I? For example, if I regret not doing as good in school as I wanted to, high school, for example, what I then did was I didn't sit there and soak up in my problems and let that stuff beat me up. I made a reflection sheet for the next semester or the next marking period so that I realized and I look back on my mistakes and I say, what did I do wrong? How can I do better? You got to critique yourself and build up off of what you have. Stop regretting things and thinking it's impossible to change. It is possible to change. The first thing that lets me know that you want to change is the fact that you're watching this video. You wouldn't even be watching this if you didn't want to change. So, look at yourself in a better light and say, I'm a good person. I'm trying to be better. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to be better. And that's all that matters. Regret can make somebody feel weak. It can make somebody feel shame. It can make somebody feel sad. It can contribute to depression. Regret does a lot to people. And if it's unmanaged correctly, it can really destroy your life. In order to separate yourself from regret in your life, you really have to get better at being alone. Why? Because the better you are at being alone, the more you get to build yourself, the more you get to better yourself. If you hang around a bunch of people that do not have the same goals or same morals and values as you, you will do things that you regret. So stop hanging around people, hang around yourself. Be yourself. Build yourself. I got a video called How to Be Alone, and I talk a lot about that and how you can be comfortable in your own shoes. Also, learning leads to growth is similar to what I mentioned before in my video about trials and tribulations. You want to have a growth mindset about everything you deal with in life. Because if you're not growing from it, it's stopping you from being a better person. It's doing no type of benefit to you in your life at all. So the growth mindset is really key in how you handle situations and how you come out of them. So all right, guys, if you like my 2 major lessons in how to deal with regret, more motivation and inspiration, like and subscribe to see more content. I hope you had a good holiday and enjoy.